Hi guys, hi everybody and welcome. So today we are going to talk about information gathering on a local network. We are just supposing that maybe you are doing a penetration testing on a network that you got access to, or maybe you just managed to get the Wi-Fi password. I don't know how you crack the Wi-Fi password, or maybe just ask somebody to put the Wi-Fi password on your PC, and now you're on the same network and you want to discover the other devices on that network. So here's how we're gonna do it. Like I said, what you're doing in here, we also can do it on a real network. We can. So let's clear the screen, and I want to be root, my password, and also here I want to be root, and I put on my password. Like the default password is Carly since you downloaded that feature machine on the official website. And you can clear the screen, and we can clear the screen. So now we want to discover the device on this network. So what you're gonna use is a tool. We first want to see the range of the device. So we can do it by IPA, and as you can see, I guess you can see my cursor. As you can see, this is the range that we're gonna use. This one is the range we're gonna use. We just want to make it simple for you guys. So now we're gonna use a tool called Net Discover and minus interface. This is the network interface card that I'm going to use, which is Ethernet 0, which is this one right here, and minus the range, which is the init here. This is the range you're gonna use. So this one, listen, and then I'm gonna press enter like that. So it's gonna look for the devices on that network. So if I come and say if config here, I'm gonna find out that my IP address is 10.0.2.15, and I'm not here because this is the computer that I'm using. So it's give me 1, 2, 3, and then after my IP address, there comes another IP address, which is 2.20. And you can see that you got the MAC addresses right here, and the vendor is unknown of these two devices, but for these other two devices, the vendors are known. So now, what can we do with that? We can stop the scan, and now we're gonna try and ping and see whether the devices are up and running 10.0.2.1, and maybe we're gonna give it a count of 5 and press enter. There you go. So it's pinging. So this host must be up. What about 2? 2 must be up. What about 3? 3 must be up. And what about 20? 20 must be up. So which means that all these devices are up and running. And we can also use a tool called Nmap. Nmap minus SN, and we put the range. There you go. And now, as you can see here, it is telling us it's got the report for 10.2.1. There's literally no big difference, but the difference here is that my host machine is also here, as you can see. Okay, so that's it. So now what can we do with Nmap? Nmap is a very powerful tool, so we can clear the screen and we can go Nmap minus T4 minus V, and I'm sorry about that. Minus v 10,0,2,1. Maybe we want to, okay, let's just go like that. Or maybe we're gonna let's just play it safe. So this one, as you can see, it's showing the host for this stealth scan, what, the ports, the MAC address. And now, as for me, basically, I know that let's like that. Let's check this out. Let's put minus a here, and let's wait for a little bit. Oh, now you can see that there's something awkward here. We got this one which is broadcasting its open pause. As you can see, Nmap is telling us that this host is down, this host is down, this host is down. And when we come here, this is 10, this is 20, this is the IP address is 20, right? So it's not telling us, oh, this person called the 10,0,2,20, they are open. So I'm now interested in that one. Now let's clear the screen again, and we can scan that as an individual, 20. There you go. So we are seeing it's got all these open ports. So we are just gathering information. We are not interacting with the words. We're just talking. I'm sorry for the noise. But as you can see, we are now checking the open ports and what there. And let's try to grab the banner, right? Let's try to grab the banner. Well, grabbing the banner is like cow is going to check whether it's got a website running, and if it's got a website running, it's gonna give us the code or the HTML of the website. So let's try that out. As you can see now here, we got the HTML page of Metasploitable 2, the machine that is running, and from here we can do a lot of stuff. Now we can go to the browser there, and when we are now at the browser, we want to try and put that IP address. We're gonna try and put that IP address. So it's gonna be interesting, man. And you can see all these open ports right here. Port 22, port 22, 139, 23, 21, whatnot, 1445, and it's gonna tell us what those ports are. Okay, now let's come in. I'm sorry. I wanted to put 20. And so this is the same as this. Let me show you that it's the same. If we right click here and say view page source, you're gonna find out that the same code here is the same code here. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And I've noticed the vulnerability. The vulnerability is that you are given a login here to get started. Say, login with MSF admin, teaching, not what, to get started. For this course, we're gonna be interested in these two, in multimedia and then vulnerable web application. So we can click on then vulnerable web application there, and we don't know the username and the password. Correct. I know you want us to hack this, but we can take this again and copy, and we can clear this up and ask Cow to do that for us. So now we can see that hint. Okay, given the hint right here, the default username is admin with password. So can we try that? Yeah, let's give it a shot. Username admin and password. Hopefully I wrote the wrong. I wrote the password wrong. Admin pass. There you are. Welcome to Damned Vulnerable Web Application. Yeah. So Nmap is doing the scan there, but it seems like it's pretty slow. I don't even know why. So that's not the only tool for. That's the tool that is basically used for scanning, information gathering. Now we know. I'm waiting for it to show me some of the things. It's trying to detect the OS, what the OS version is, but we basically know that it's the Linux distribution. So this is how we gather information about a target, or maybe on a network we discover some now the information I was waiting for is now here. So now it was giving us the ports right here, these ports here, but on this other hand, it's not giving us an in-depth of the port. That meant the port I was talking about, the port I said it's 21. Its state is open for business, and it's running a service called FTP, and the version of the service is this. So once you get the version of the service, you can go on Google. As for now, I'm not on internet access. I'm on a remote area, back roots at home there, so I don't have internet access. But you can go on internet and you can just search this one and put a found. You can just type VS FTPD 2, 3,4 found, like that, and then you search that on internet, and it's gonna give you some vulnerabilities of that. And it's not okay. The FTP is allowed, an anonymous login is allowed, and it's gave us this code, and now it's say on port 22 the state is open, and you got SSH running. The version is this. We got 23 telnet, and then you put a question mark. The service saying the service is telnet, like it's the tone is not telnet, but saying the service telnet, like kinda doubting, but you can try that out. It's asking you to verify on it. You can say on port number 25 we got SMTP there, it's running, and a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of these open ports. And as a hacker, you go now, dive deep and look at all these ports, saying what can I do with these ports, and as for, you can also use search exploit, which is default in Kali, and then you take this one, and you can copy, then you can paste it here, you see, and you can wait. Now you got the results of the exploit. The exploit is VSFTP what, and it is a backdoor with command execution. And now you can hack but this is not the essence of the course, right? It's just information gathering. Now you know that FTP has got this vulnerability there, but you're basically interested on the website. So this is a vulnerable machine. Vulnerable means it's open, anybody can hack it, but you first have to change some things, like for instance here, you change the security level, but since you are beginners, you're gonna start with low, so it's now set to low, and you can try these vulnerabilities right here. Maybe you want to try brute forcing, you want to try command execution, cross scripting, forgery, cross site what forgery, file inclusion, SQL injection, blind SQL injection, file upload, XSS, right? You want to try that out. You want to try them all. Yeah, you want to try them all. But the interesting part, right, is that this is simulating the real world. You can see here for brute force, you actually have a username, you actually get a password, and you are simulating the real world. And when you simulate the real world, you can actually do this on a real network. Let's see, maybe see the button. Okay, thanks. So that was it for information gathering. So we used a tool called Nmap. You can dive deep and check more about Nmap, and we also use a tool called NetDiscover. But those are not the only tools for network for inspection and network discovery. You also got mass scan. This is a powerful tool. You also got Dimitri. This is also powerful. These are some of the powerful tools, but those are the ones you know. So that was it for this session. Thanks. Meet you in the next session.